Today we're just going to do a quick video on how to change a low beam headlight on a Kia Rondo. This is a 2008 model. This is my wife's car. You guys might have seen before. Previous video on the belt and the spark plug that changes. And both sides have burnt out. These are lights are on, fog lights are on. If I turn on the high beam, they work. High beam is here. I'll go turn on the high beam. Yeah. High beam is in over there. Low beam is the one outside here. Problem here is high beam I can probably get to by hand here. Just turn that out. Of course, the low beam is back in here, that right down there. So gonna have to take headlight forward. Looks like a couple of 10 mils. We got one on the front here, one on top, and hopefully that'll just slide out. I've not done this one before, so we're gonna learn together here. You know what really sucks when you're doing YouTube videos is that you think you're recording, you go through the whole process, and it works out great, and then you realize your camera didn't record it. So backtrack a little bit here. So two bolts and one nut. You got 2 bolts there, one here, one going this way right here, and one on the back side right here, going to this piece right here, this flimsy piece here. I'm not really sure what that does because it doesn't look like it does a whole lot. So, and then it just took some wiggling. And you can see we got it loose enough that I can get my hands in here now to undo that cover. And that's just going to be a twist. Turn it counterclockwise. Got the cover off. It says open and close right on there. Gonna set that aside. And now, shine the light in there. We should be able to get to that bulb right there. Focus here. That should be an H11B bulb, which, because, you know, Hyundais and Kias had to be unique and not have a standard H11 bulb like everybody else. They had to have their own bulb. It's a H11 bulb, but with a side connector instead of a top end connector. I believe it's just gonna twist. There we go. Twist it. And she's out. Just like that. But that is an H11B. And I got some new ones here, but we're gonna check that because now I'm worried about the wires. Where did the wires go? Like I said, I have not done these lights before, so it looks like with these ones, it's got through one main harness that goes through here that does all the lights for the whole assembly, and all the wiring is going to be inside this whole module basically. And when you put in that light, you turn it sideways and it locks into the circuit that it needs to be on, and that goes right to that harness right there. Plugs into that right there, and then it just feeds out to everything from there, and it just turn and click and lock it in place, and you're good to go. Now we got our new H11B bulb here. Comes with a little foam thing on there. For those that don't know, try not to ever touch the actual halogen bulbs with your fingers. The oil from your hands can cause them to burn out prematurely. But you always want to take a look, make sure you got the right bulb before you try to install it. If not, then obviously take it back. Most stores will take it back if you got the wrong one, but with the electrical parts, basically once they're installed, there's usually not a return policy on those. So just double check your stuff before you actually try to install it. So we're going to take this cover off like that. Now, if I try to line this up, like that, and these tongs should lock right into place on this harness here. So we like that. That should be all there is to it. We'll plug it in and test it out first before we reassemble. All right, we got the plugged back in. Haven't put the cover back on the back of this one yet, but it's just sitting loosely in here. And we're gonna go turn on the lights on this one. We've got to turn the key on before it actually works properly. And we'll turn the lights on here. That's on high beam, we got low beam. And oh, look at that, we got light. No light on this side, but we got low beam on that side. All right, I was wrong about the bolt down there. You don't need to take that out because it's literally just, that piece is supposed to slide into there. I undid it and it all came out fine. But that is just so basically only those 2 bolts need to come out. Sorry, that nut does not need to come off there because it just disassembles that sliding connector there. So just those 2 there, and the whole assembly should pop out. And just got it popped in there, put the bolts back in place. One there. one down here, just like that. And if you hear what sounds like gunshots in the background, it is. I have a gun range not far from my house here, so it's, yeah, nothing to be worried about. Don't need to over torque them, just tight enough. Make sure it's all seated properly, and repeat for the other side. Hope this helps you guys. And oh, I'm gonna guess what I already forgot. Forgot to put my cap back on. Hopefully I can get that on without redoing it all. But I'm just an idiot sometimes. Okay guys, I had to take the light apart to get that cover back on. So I got the cover back on, but I noticed as I was installing it, I'm glad I did, because I had that bracket upside down. So if you see here, this bracket, the bottom is thicker farther than the top. I had it flipped upside down, and then when it tries to go in here, that bottom is also goes in farther than the top. So of course then it wasn't seating properly, and the headlight wasn't going in as far as it should. That might cause some, different adjustments where the beam is actually shining properly. So make sure if you do that by accident like I did, that you get that piece back in there properly. And that's all there is to changing the headlight on. This is the low beam for a 2008 Kia Rondo. I'm sure many other Kias and Hyundais have the same kind of procedures, but pretty simple stuff. And obviously you just got to do everything the same for the other side, which is what I'll be doing next. Thanks guys, have a good one. I appreciate you watching. We'll see ya. Bye bye.